Welcome back, Fresh Bake. We've got some more updates for you on construction going on around the Disneyland Resort, and we're going to start this week with the Matterhorn. That seems to be the most fun topic of conversation these days. And we're going to look here at the backside of the progress happening at the Matterhorn behind those walls from the monorail. Slow it down for you a little bit so you can see that those are footings being installed in that area that they dug up last week, which is pretty interesting. And as we fly by, there's the Phantom boat docks. Let's swing around to the other side, and we'll get a better look here for sure, as usual. So there you go. Last week we saw that they were kind of, they had dug a fairly decent-sized hole, and I had asked the question, if they're just repaving it, why would they need that? Well, obviously, duh. They're putting in, this is for the extended queue, and those are footings probably for, an awning of some sort. As a matter of fact, there was a permit filing that we found today, I think it was. Well, I don't know when the permit was filed, but I found out about it today. But there's there's definitely a canopy being installed, light poles, and a modification to existing open queuing area. That's per the permit. So yeah, that's probably going to be the posts for the extended queue, and that's going to be a canopy of sorts, and that whole area is going to be under cover. Interesting, right? Here's something that I heard. It's kind of an interesting, because the question that I would ask about this Matterhorn re-queuing is why? Because I didn't really ever think that the Matterhorn had a problem with its queue. It didn't need any modifications, right, to the queue. I didn't think so. But what I'm hearing is that it's not so much that the queue was a problem. It's that they're trying to get people away from the Buzz Lightyear building, which that's the backside. Sometimes when the Matterhorn queue got really big, it would blend back there to the Buzz Lightyear building at the backside of Buzz Lightyear. Now, I never really thought of that as a problem, and if it was very rare. But I'm wondering if this is related to some of the other talk that we've been hearing about, just sort of the beginning stages of a possible, major Tomorrowland overhaul. So food for thought on that. I think we're starting to see some baby steps for a major Tomorrowland refurb, and so they're just kind of fixing up the Matterhorn in order to. It's what do you call that? Kind of a butterfly effect, as it were. All these things have to, the interconnectedness, the symbiotic nature of all these attractions. And you got to do one thing first before you can do another. So we'll be paying close attention to that as time goes by. Let's continue, and as usual, just for a second, because we're going to pause again, and you can see another footing right there. So I see 4 footings altogether. So that is, if they're building footings for a canopy, that means they're going to extend that canopy all the way around, right? Is that a correct assumption? They're going to extend that canopy all the way around to the Fantasyland side of the Matterhorn queue, not just the Tomorrowland side. This project really has got my curiosity on a number of levels, and wow, it's not. I don't think that this project is benign as it seems. That's all I'm saying. There are deeper. It's almost like a conspiracy theory, but in a good way. Hopefully, I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Looks like they finished painting the roof. Still a little refurb going on the actual. That's just touch-ups on the mountain itself. Okay, here's the Phantom boat docks. And I took another look at this. Now we're not going to see anything from here because, first of all, there's not a lot to do. It's a very simple structure at the boat docks. It's a dock with tables on it. There's nothing going on there. So whatever it is that they're doing, it's just curious to me. It's just very, very curious. I tried to see, you can't see anything in there, but what I was able to make out is that there are scaffolding inside. And this is how it looks from the other side, from Small World. And as a matter of fact, check this out. They took all the tables and chairs out and put them over here in the Small World Mall, where you see Sarah and Ian taking 5 while I do my construction updates. The whole area, the Small World area, is they've moved all the chairs, all the tables and chairs from the boat docks into this area, and I have to say, it's a tremendous improvement. You don't need this extended area anymore for Small World, for starters, because they've got the extended queue for Small World, so there's no overflow needed. At least I don't think so, for when it gets super busy. So now you've got this very pleasant, much more pleasant than the Phantom Boat Docks, if you ask me, area to sit. And a lot of it is covered as well. It's almost as if the Phantom Boat Docks aren't needed anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You don't need the boat docks anymore because you've got this cool little seating area. Guys, it's happening. I'm telling you. Let's continue. That is the Small World gift shop, just outside of Small World under Scrim and walls. You can see the walls put up there. My guess is probably just paint jobs, etc. touch-ups here. No conspiracy theory on this part. Let's go over to New Orleans Square. Well, look at that, Pirates of the Caribbean. In case you don't know what I'm looking at, I'll pause it and let you take a minute to process this. But yeah, it's confirmed. No fast passes for Pirates of the Caribbean. There were fast pass machines installed, but they never activated it. And now, I mean, I guess that means it's official, right? Because they're gone. Those fast pass machines that were installed are gone. And that's great news for fans of Disneyland, Pirates of the Caribbean, and just for the lack of a fast pass here in general. It would have been a disaster, in my opinion. Well, I don't know about disaster, but it was just a bad idea. And Disney has gotten wise, and I feel like this is, it's good news in the sense that they didn't make a decision based solely on the bottom line and finances, because a Fast Pass for Pirates would add more value to Max Pass. No doubt about it. It would have added more value to Max Pass because people aren't going to want to ride Pirates without a Fast Pass. At least I don't think so, because it would have made the standby line incredibly long. So there you go. While we're at Pirates, and this is something we cover in the regular show as well, but they have reconfigured the queue. The interior queue right here, you can see me pointing. All that area now, where that used to be both right and left, there were switchbacks for both the right queue and the left queue in that common area down there. All of that area down there now is for the right queue only, which negates the advantage of taking the right side, because that's something that we used to recommend in the past. Take the right side, because the left side, if you take the left side, then you got to go all the way down the side of the Pirates building, down that little alley. You'd have to, take these switchbacks here, go around that left turn that we're getting ready to take right here, and then go all the way to the back of the Pirates building there as well. So they seem to have leveled that out. Tropical Hideaway, still under construction, of course, and I don't know what I'm looking at here. I'm always looking. I'm expecting to see Tropical Hideaway just pop out over that wall for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it's just roof. The roof looks the same as it always has. But we did find some good viewing spots, some knotholes, to see a little construction happening. Some guys walking about, making things happen back there. It's not a bad look. It's too bad that they're still in like the assembly stage, the prep stage of the construction, so we can't really see what it looks like. Though I don't imagine we'll be able to once that time happens. They'll block that off again, I'm sure. Now this though, this is the area. This is the exit, the old exit from the Tiki Room, and to my eyes, it's hard to tell through the lens, but to my eyes, they've made it wider. I feel like that rail was taken out last week. It's back. It looks like it's wider than it used to be. That rail is closer to us than it was before. And this is just a little update on the Rivers scrim work that we've seen. Nothing happening. We're not going to be able to see anything. So that's just as it is. But here's a new scrim that's, new, at the Mickey and Friends parking structure. That's usually where I film from, right there, 10C. So that's because the construction of the Mickey and Friends, the Clio structure, is really getting close to the Mickey and Friends building. So they are skimming that off so it doesn't affect us, I guess. I had to slide. This is being shot all the way down, much further down the right of the Mickey and Friends structure. And it's just getting big. It's getting really, really big, really, really fast. So normally I'd be filming where that ramp is. I'd be filming down the left, down that way. But that ramp construction is just coming up right against that building. You can see those, where that rebar was. And then this is all the way to the left side, just above where the tram pickup area is. And I wanted to take a look at the hub. I don't know what else to call that. It's not a transportation hub per se, but it's just an area where the people get together and then take the escalators down. I had asked the question last week, why are they still building up? For some reason, somebody had said that there were going to be elevators, but obviously that doesn't make sense. It's escalators. And that's what those 3 holes are dug for the escalators, to put the electrical equipment down there for those. But somebody had said to me that they're for elevators. I'm like, well, then that means they're going to build that whole thing up? It didn't make any sense to me either. So, escalators does make a lot more sense. And then I came back at the end of the day to get a look from the top level, to get a look, because we can't see now. It's funny. It's kind of like Battle Escape. We can't see what's happening at the other end of the construction site because it's so big now that all we can see is what's happening right in front of us. There's that bridge that connects the Clio and Mickey and Friends structure. All right, well, I guess that's it. That's all the construction work we have for you this week. Stay tuned for more, obviously, and stay tuned tomorrow for our Galaxy's Edge Star Wars Land update. And until next time, Fresh Baked! We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!